Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're going to be creating our own pair of Kelsey Montague inspired wings that you can take your picture in front of, just like I did in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I saw one of Kelsey Montague's murals. Now this is me again. Yes, it's around this time of year last year at my old school where we made a pair of wings just like this. Now this time we're going to be making them rainbow wings. So each of you will be assigned a color that you will use to make your feather. These are just different examples of other schools. Today on your table you'll have a lot of different supplies. So let's see how we're going to use these supplies. All right. Hey, you're going to be creating your own feather for our own pair of Kelsey Montague inspired wings. So today on your table you'll have feathers, you'll have paper, you'll have colored pencils, scissors, markers, all kinds of stuff. But today I do want you to draw your own feather, but there are tracers there. So if you need a little bit of help, you can take one of those and put your blank piece of paper over top of it and trace it. I would suggest using pencil and then going over top with Sharpie, because you can erase pencil, you can't erase Sharpie. So after you're done with that tracer, you can go ahead and put that aside. You won't need it. But if you want to draw your own feather, please do. Just make sure it takes up most of the page. All feathers are different, no two are alike, just like you, unique. I'm going to go ahead and divide up the space, and I'm going to be doing different patterns inside each part of my feather. So I have different pattern idea sheets. This is also called Zen tangling, which is just a type of doodling, or also different designs. So I'm going to think about what lifts me or what inspires me, and a lot of that is art. Art makes me very happy. So just like how Kelsey Montague asked us the question, what lifts you? I want you to be thinking about what inspires or lifts you as well. So for me, I'm going to draw some art supplies to represent that art makes me happy and lifts me. Now, if that's ice cream for you, you could also draw ice cream on there. So at each different section that you make, draw something different that either makes you happy, or maybe you just want a little bit of a break, you can't think of anything, and you want to just draw some patterns. Well, I've got different ideas on that sheet. I thought reading lifts me and makes me happy, so I'm going to draw reading or some books to represent that. Notice I'm still working in pencil. That way I can always erase if I'm not so sure about an idea. Now, for this one, I'm not taking my time. I just decided to do one of those patterns to fill the space. So I'm kind of rotating between every other one, doing something that lifts me or makes me happy, and then doing a pattern. So it's still a Zen tangle because they're all different patterns that are repeating in different sections of my feather. So it's important that you break it down into different sections. However you divide it is just fine. Whether you want to just divide your feather in half, or if you want to divide it into many parts like I did and use many different patterns, lines, and designs. It's up to you. So the second thing, after you finish in pencil, go ahead and trace over all your pencil lines in Sharpie. If you feel like you can start out in Sharpie without drawing in pencil first, you are more than welcome to. But note that you only get one piece of paper. We do not throw out or crumple used papers in art class. We like to save trees, so you are going to use one piece of paper. So if you think you're going to make a mistake, maybe use a pencil. And if you do make a mistake in Sharpie, turn it into a happy accident. No such things as mistakes in art anyway. So I'm going over all of my pencil lines. If I wanted to make it really neat, I could go back and erase my pencil lines, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be adding color over top. Now, you might have already noticed that in your bins, you are going to have the color of your table team. Yes, we are talking monochromatic again, just like we did with our self-portraits. They're going to be monochromatic so that our own pair of Osceola wings are going to be in that rainbow transitioning order, and it's going to look really cool when it all comes together. So to do that, we need you to make your feather the color of your table team. Now, you will notice that I do borrow a little bit of color from the table across from me. So you can borrow a little bit of the table neighbor's supplies. So for me, I'm next to the blue team today, so I'm going to borrow a few different supplies from the blue. But my feather is mostly purple because I was sitting at purple when I made this today. That was my team, that's the supplies I got. Now notice I'm pressing hard in some areas and lighter in others to show value. That is an element of art, and value is how light or dark a color is. So instead of just scribbling over the whole thing or coloring it in darkly, all one color, I'm pressing at different pressures to give it a different color and different lightness or darkness or value. So here I go adding a little bit of that blue to bring in some variety, which is another element of art, bringing in some variety here. And then when I finish and all the space is covered and it's my best artwork, I'm going to cut it out. When I'm cutting it out, always hold your scissors away from you, never towards your body, never running around the art room with them. Yeah. Scissor safety. You guys should know that. So be extra careful cutting it out. Cut around all of your lines, especially that black line that you outlined your feather with. Don't cut off the stem. Be extra careful of that. When you're done, write your name and class code on the back. Super important, especially if you already wrote your name. Then crumple up your paper. You can throw it in the table team bin. No, the garbage. Yes, Miss Q. That's right. Made a basket in the garbage, not the table team bin. Then I, of course, return all my supplies, nice and neat, and my feather goes in my... Where does it go, boys and girls? Does it get handed to Miss Q? Nope, because she's not a table folder. It goes in your table folder. When you're done, you can work in your sketchbook. All right, artists, have fun today making your Kelsey Montague inspired feathers for our own Osceola pair of wings.